Alright, here we are for round number 3. This is a more typical hand that I expect to see out of Burn. Really bad hand. Kung Fu Trees has been on these like random janky decks, like he's been on this blue-black Delver deck or whatever with Exhumes and stuff in it. This hand is really close. If I have a land in my top 2, it's really a good hand. I think we keep this. I'm not really sure. Oop, gotta stop in his upkeep. Looks like that's what he's playing. He's not playing his normal blue-red Delver. That was the worst draw on the deck by far, I believe. It's completely uncastable. Although we're probably not going to win this game if we don't get to another spell anyway, or another couple mountains anyway. So maybe it wasn't that bad. All right, the old guaranteed flip. At least he had to spend a mana on it. Think twice. Yep, definitely on that deck. I'll probably just kill this guy with a Chain Lightning if I don't. Even if I draw a land, I'll probably still do that. If I draw an untapped land, I might play Thermal Alchemist. Guess I'll just Burst Lightning this fool. Alright. Dispel, huh? He always plays these like janky one-ofs and they always get me, and it really annoys me. Like they're not good, you know? Alright. Well, we can't draw a land, unfortunately. See if I get dazed too. Did not get dazed. So that was what I was saying in the intro. A lot of times you do have to kill Delvers with stuff. Land? Land? That's not really the land I was hoping for, but I guess it's okay. I'll just suspend this Rift Bolt. It's not that unreasonable for us not to have found something yet, but so I'm going to go ahead and Rift Bolt this guy, see if he counters it. Not sure what I'll do if he does counter it. Okay, that's fine. Thermal Alchemist makes me want to play a Thermal Alchemist, I guess. Kept drawing all these 2-drops, like all of our draws have been heinously bad. They just like couldn't possibly draw something worse. It looks like he can get a Delver back if he wants it. But what this also means is now he has removal for our Thermal Alchemist, unfortunately. Well, I got punished for a greedy keep, so that is what it is. Looks like he's playing a Gurmag Angler. That's probably the best card in the format against Burn. Sneakily, it's way better than like anything else. Well, I drew one mountain, I guess. So I'm not doing the math, but pretty sure we have no outs here. But I'll go ahead and, you know, try to play to them a little bit. He decided to remove his Delver. All these cards are so bad that I don't think I can possibly win no matter what I draw. Yeah, I definitely can't win no matter what I draw, so. Okay. Alright, alright. So, we don't have any real sideboard cards. I guess I can bring all these in. Electricity is pretty bad. Martavash is pretty bad. Curse is okay. Thermal Alchemist is probably pretty bad. So Kung Fu Trees actually tuned into my stream the other day where I was forced to play Burn by the people. And so I have to decide on this sideboarding situation. Curse is slow. Thermal Alchemist is pretty bad. Rift Bolt also slow. Burst Lightning kind of bad. I think we would have probably won that game if I hadn't drawn this Burst Lightning and I just cast Chain Lightning on his Delver on that first turn that I had mana. But I drew this Burst Lightning, so Figured I'd use the 2 damage, and I think it was the correct call. I think he's only on one. He's only on 1 copy of Dispel. Question is kind of like, which of these things do I want? So the deck only has the 4 Delvers, and Searing Blaze doesn't kill any other creatures in the deck at all, but it's still decent. Thermal Alchemist dies to some removal. He doesn't have as much as a normal deck. Kill the Marauders. I kind of want to take out these curses. He's on like a blue-red or blue-black like Angler Angler Delver list. I might just cut these Rift Bolts. I hate Rift Bolt. Nope, I hate Curse even more. Goodbye, Curse. Nope, Curse is good when I'm bringing in Relics. Taking out the Rift Bolts. Alright, let's run it. Would I like to play first? Yes, indeed. This hand looks pretty decent. I'll keep it. Alright, we've got a Relic that... I was just commenting about how I don't think this card is good, but he's playing Exhume, so it's like a little better than a normal deck. So I'm going to go ahead and Searing Blaze this right away. I think. No, I think I'm going to get the Curse down. It's a little safer than the Thermal Alchemist. Now that I drew this other land, I'll have a chance to cast a Searing Blaze. If he has a Brainstorm, he's going to like be tapping kind of low anyway, probably. Wants to guarantee he flips his Delver. Let's go ahead and do that. Then I can auto yield to both of these things. One thing I will say about Burn, you can get a league done in, I don't know, an hour. Alright, gets to flip to a Thought Scour. Is he going to miss a land drop? That's not going to be very good. He's not Brainstorm locked, but he's not in great shape. That means I'm going to play this Thermo Alchemist. I shouldn't have played that land, I don't think, but might want to pop this Relic off. I want to get my damage going before I worry about killing his insect. Alright, so he's got an island. Let's go ahead and take that Ashbrains out of his graveyard. So we're dealing more damage per turn than he is at this point, I believe. See if he taps out for something. Yep, Hydroblast there. Fortunately, I don't have Pyroblast in this list, so can't do anything about that. Alright, another Searing Blaze makes me regret playing that land last turn, like I did foolishly. But it is what it is. That is life. I could have double Searing Blazed that Delver, and then I would have gotten both landfall triggers. I do have to decide here if I want to quick crack this. Okay. He doesn't have any black mana right now, so I don't really see a huge reason to crack my Relic at this point. And I'm not running anything into a Hydroblast or a Dispel here. See if he does something to flip it. Okay, it didn't flip. It's possible I should just be like Searing Blazing this for 1. I really don't want to though. Yeah, so he does have enough for an Angler here. Which is kind of unfortunate that he drew exactly Swamp this turn, because most of his black mana comes into play tapped, or it's an Ash Barrens. He's only got a couple of these swamps, I believe. So this is my chance to resolve some of this stuff. I've got 7 points here, and then this will be an 8th, and I can do a 9th with the Searing Blaze if I want. And I can pop this. I think I'll just pop this and see what I draw. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and bolt my opponent. 10, so I've got 7, 8 here. So if I draw pretty much anything, I'll have lethal, I believe. This might be the only thing that's not lethal. Actually, yeah, it's... So I'm going to get punished for the Searing Blaze play, it looks like. I can put my opponent to 1 though, and I don't think he'll be able to come back from that. So I'm going to do that right away. And I get to play around days the whole time, which is pretty nice. As long as he doesn't have double Hydroblast plus a counterspell for my Searing Blaze, we're going to win here. I don't think there's any way he can deal me lethal here. Thought Scour, milled the Hydroblast. So I must have known about that Scavenger. It's not looking good for our opponent. So if he's got Island, Hydroblast, Hydroblast, Daze, he would have gotten us there. Alright. So Relics didn't work very well there, but he also didn't have Exhume. Still don't think I want these Rift Bolts. They're kind of expensive. Raise is not great. Kung Fu Trees basically never plays any non-basics anyway, just only plays basics plus the fetches. So, no real reason to play that. It's only good against Delver. I guess he does have Sultai Scavenger, which makes my Searing Blazes better. I didn't realize he would play that. I didn't see any removal yet, so these are probably pretty good. I think I'll stick with this. The only question I kind of have is, do I want the Rift Bolt over this Burst Lightning? I think no. Alright. This hand looks pretty good. It's good against Delver at least. Fortunately, our opponent's going to be able to play Delver on turn 1, plus have Counterspell up on turn 2, which is pretty frustrating that he's had a turn 1 Delver every game. I can decide if I want to just Chain Lightning it. But with all these Searing Blazes, I don't think I can possibly justify doing that. See if he blind flips to Hydroblast or whatever. Nope. No flip. Okay, Ponder. So Kung Fu Trees really builds these very consistent decks, but they tend to not have like quite the nut draw of a normal Delver list. So like a lot of Ponders and Brainstorms and stuff. So it often means that they can't hold up like Counterspell on turn 2 or Spellstutter Spread on turn 2 because he has to fix his deck. Chose to not shuffle. Okay, he does have some non-basics. I know he has a predilection for Ash Barrens and stuff, which is really good in all these Brainstorm decks. Alright, could use some more land. We did draw another land. Hopefully he doesn't have a Daze. Alright, I'm not sure if his list plays Daze. I could look it up. He sent it to me. I assume he hasn't changed it, but I'm just going to play it straight. Well, I'm going to go ahead and Lava Spike him. And then if he counters it, I'll run out this Thermo Alchemist. Okay. Don't really want to play Needle Drop. I'm sure he's got some stuff he wants to cast, but he didn't shuffle, so I'm sure he has like a Hydroblast or something on top, and I don't want to just run this into it. I want to make him use it when it's not convenient. Looks like a Gush. Yeah, I want to use it when it's not convenient for him. Like he just had an extra mana that turn that he didn't even use. So looks like he's going to have an Exhume on a Sandworm. Would have been nice, I guess. Maybe I should have thought about that. Just get this guy down. And a Delver. So, should I try to get him to counter my Chain Lightning on the Delver? Let's go ahead. Well, he'd have no reason to counter it, is the problem. Alright, well, just run the Searing Blaze into a Hydroblast, unfortunately. Nothing I can really do about it. When you're playing Burn, this is what you sign up for. Dispel works too. Yeah, we're not playing anything good in our deck, so we can't do anything about that. We're dead in 2 turns. I believe we have no outs at this point. I could have saved that Chain Lightning. If I drew a land, I could Searing Blaze this, plus Chain Lightning, plus Needle Drop. I don't see that as a really realistic path to victory. Looks like he's going to definitely flip this. I think my The way I wanted to have a chance would be to get lucky and hope that he missed with this. But he's just able to put too many high power threats too quickly with, yeah, okay, we lose. Let's go ahead and concede right now. So he flipped to Russia Vitality, which is going to gain him 8 life this turn. So that's what happens when you play Burn. People are prepared for you and you lose. So that's a bummer. This is one of the best decks in the format against Burn. It has tons of counter magic, and it's always been a great deck against you because their threats are too big to burn too. So it's an issue. That's why I love playing Teachings against Burn. People seem to think that Teachings has a bad matchup against Burn, but I almost always beat it. So I don't know why people think that, but yeah, these blue-black decks are... The blue-black decks with Anglers and lots of counterspells tend to be the really good ones against Burn. All right, we are 2-1. Let's move on to round number 4.